Episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com. Authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of the Nak Muay. Go check it out.
I want to talk about Black Room at Teep Studios. If you enjoy the content of this podcast, you will definitely enjoy the value that you get out of the Black Room and being a member of the Black Room. What it is it's a subscriber-based way to support the podcast. If you enjoy the podcast and want it to continue, I'm asking for your help. And in exchange, you're going to get an underground view of Muay Thai, American Muay Thai, as well as within Thailand. We have people who are now working on the ground in Thailand that are helping us get media, content, all that stuff. We're posting it there on Black Room, as well as behind-the-scenes footage of the podcast recordings when we're recording. After I stop recording for stuff that we broadcast, we put some subscriber-based only content on there. So you're going to really get a lot of value out of that subscription. Okay, it's not just supporting the podcast. We also have podcast subscriber only merchandise that's coming out as well here in 2024. So you have to be a part of the Black Room in order to get access to that. So I'm asking you for your help on that, but I know that it's not so much of you helping me. It's going to be us giving you a ton of value that you're going to get and just enjoy it. And it's only $5 a month. All right, you can cancel it anytime. Every little bit counts. Please go join it. The link is down in the show notes. All right. Anyways, sit back and enjoy the show. Swaddy Cop. We're here today with Jason Cruz at Teep Studios in Scottsdale, Arizona. Jason is one of our students at Pu'u Muay Thai in Ventura. Also a frontman for a band you might know about called Strung Out. So, Jason, thanks for coming, man.
Thank you for having me, Cruz.
Yeah, we were talking a bit about, just before I was talking about like our roof stuff before we flipped the camera on and everything, man. But going on to something else. Tell me a little bit about what brings you to Arizona this time? What are you here for?
We're playing a Punk in the Park festival tomorrow with Bad Religion and Face to Face and a bunch of old school punk rock bands.
Saw Adolescence and I think it was Manic Hispanics playing.
Yeah, Manic Hispanic, the Casualties. Yeah, it's going to be a good. It's going to be
in Chandler, right?
In Chandler, yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
You're going to go, right?
Yeah, oh hell yeah, I'm going. Yeah, hell yeah. For anybody that's been listening for a while, they probably know. I don't know if you know that I used to have like a massive mohawk.
I heard stories.
Yeah, I think I've told you.
Everybody's got a story about your mohawk.
Yo, man, I actually told Coach Ralph. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be going to Jason's show tomorrow. He's like, you need to get a fake mohawk, bro.
I want to start a band with Coach Ralph.
Dude, yeah, he lives not far from the academy.
Yeah, I'm tempted. I put it out there, Coach Ralph.
You hear us? Keep it on. All right, next thing you know, I'm gonna be getting noise complaints. Hey, is there band practice?
No, we need a Muay Thai hardcore band.
Oh, hey.
Tell them what's up.
There is actually a Muay Thai hardcore punk band.
Oh yeah,
this guy is named, I think, what's his name? Knucklehead Tom.
Oh, Tom, punk, yeah.
You know who he is?
Punk Rock Fight Club.
Yeah. So he has a band and shit too.
Yeah,
so
Knuckleheads.
Yeah, there you go. There's one.
That's awesome. I hope I meet that guy one day. I ride him sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to meet him. I want to tell him what he's doing is really cool.
Yeah, well, he's doing a really good thing with the community.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a positive thing.
Yeah.
It's punk rock. It's like I fuck with that.
And you have to train.
Yeah.
You have to train to be a part of it.
Yep. And that's a positive outlet that goes into all of it too.
There's no talk. It's get up and do the work.
Fucking do it, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the Muay Thai hardcore punk idea doesn't mean there's not room for two.
No.
So kind of going into that with your show, tell me a little bit, how long have you been doing music for?
35 years.
35 years.
So I was 17-ish.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a long time. Like I said, I would stage diving your shows when I was like in high school, man.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, straight up. Yeah, I Venture Theater, the Livery or somewhere, man. Like you guys, there's the living room in Goleta. Because I think you guys did a 7-inch with Missing 23rd, right?
Yeah, that was a lot. Yeah, I remember the Missing.
I had it. Someone so they were giving them out on one of their anniversary shows, and there was a 7-inch. I was like, yes.
They were awesome.
And it got broken because I was right next to the pit.
Matt's still in A couple of guys are still in Ventura. I see them all the time.
Yeah, Matt, his son trains with us.
Yeah, that's right, Matt.
Yeah, because he was at the event that you competed
I
at.
see Matt all the time, and we talk. We just like instantly bond about Muay Thai. Like it's changed. It's like this glow. Like it's so cool to see because he's been doing it for so long, playing music, and I have too. And you could get a little jaded.
Yeah,
to have something like
that's different.
Yeah, and like
you're both into it.
Glow. Talking about it like two babies, like two kids. I feel like a kid
in the candy shop when it comes into it. Well, going into that with your music, like you've toured all over the world with this, right?
Yeah.
So, what are some of your favorite countries you've been to? Like, what's your Japan?
Japan's my favorite.
Yeah, you're. This is like the 6th time this week that I've been counting. I'm like, if I hear Japan more than 3 times, I'm going to Japan. I'm already at 3. I'm already going.
I can't believe you haven't been yet.
No, I haven't.
You would dig. I'd love to go to Thailand. I haven't been to Thailand yet, but I'm the Japanese people and the Japanese culture are like really dear to my heart.
I've met a lot of Japanese like fighters and athletes and stuff like that, but I've just never been there myself, and I could see if the whole culture is like that, which I've heard from a lot of people. Definitely something that I want to go. It's on my list. I'm going to put that out there too.
I would be proud to move there and assimilate into the culture and learn. That's my plan with me and my wife, our secret plan to end up in Japan.
It's not so secret now.
Putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, David Lee Roth actually did that. Did you know that? No. Yeah, David Lee Roth. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I was like, David Lee Roth, sick, fucking Van Halen. And he went on there, and he was talking about how he's living in Japan in his little condo. And he practices kendo, like sword fighting, with some master, and just rocks out, plays some music.
Amazing.
And just chills, just lives.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like kind of what you're thinking. Huh?
There's something about just being there. Nobody's trying. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like what you said about what David Lee Roth, you just find something and just do it, and you're not consumed by work and by paying bills and rent. It's there's something about the lifestyle there that really appeals to me.
Yeah. You think it's a little bit more laid back?
I don't know if laid back's the word. I think more just
they are very focused. They're
focused as hell and on beauty. Like there's a lot of focus on beauty, and being cool and looking cool, smoking your cigarette cool.
Everything's very perfect. Like when it comes into the punk stuff, like everything's perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. By the book, I'm like, damn. I remember seeing like some of the Japanese punk bands that were coming out. I think one of them toured with Casualties. I forget the name of them, but seeing like the hair was like perfect. All the pictures were nice. Like slick leather jacket was nice, but everything was like perfect.
And they do Americana better than Americans.
Yeah,
like rockabilly stuff, Venice.
Yeah,
80s Venice kind of cholo stuff.
Yeah,
all about it.
We started seeing. What's funny is Thailand started getting more, started absorbing more Japanese culture.
Thailand, Thai cholos.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about, because you seem like with the rosary and like the Tupac shirts and stuff. So my friend Moses told me this like back in 2013. He's like, believe it or not, man, there's a thug culture. I'm like, what? Get the fuck out. He's like, no, it's starting to happen. I'm telling you, you're gonna start seeing it. And now you're starting to see it. Like you've probably seen some of the videos and stuff. And I think it's very interesting to see that kind of come about. And I believe that came through Japan.
I believe it. Yeah, totally.
Because of the connection. And we're seeing there's more people that like the younger generation that's like, my generation a little bit younger. They're learning more English. They're getting better education in Thailand. Their family might be mixed with Japanese. And so now they're getting more of that connection of people traveling back and forth more, internet, things like this. Yeah. It just kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Right. With Japan, how many times have you been?
I've been every year since I've lost count.
You were just touring there, right?
It's like my second home.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. I've got such a nice network of friends there that take very good care of me. And it's very close to my heart, Japan.
Yeah. I heard actually just putting this out there, I don't know if it sways you, but it's actually very inexpensive to buy houses there right now.
Yeah. But they were expecting a mega quake soon.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about Japan that sketches me.
Yeah.
Is you have to live in a high-rise building. Everything's high-rise, and you're on the
ring of fire.
Ring of fire, yeah.
Yeah. It's like Indonesia. I mean, Bangkok. Bangkok.
It was just there.
Myanmar and stuff, man.
Didn't the earthquake happen the day after you left?
Day after I left, so Logan and Nathan, who are, I don't know if you know them, the students that went with us to Thailand, they were still there.
Yeah, Nathan. Yeah.
So I hit them up. I'm like, immediately I woke up, I'm like, yo, are you okay? Like, because they were in Bangkok. I didn't know what was going on. I just woke up, saw this building collapse. I didn't know it was some Japanese like structure that was being built. But I was actually right by that building the day before I left.
At the bridge that collapsed?
So no, it's not a bridge that collapsed. It was the building.
Oh, wow. Oh, I saw pictures.
Yeah, the building. So it's near Jatujak Market. So I was right by there. So it's a very famous market for like imports, exports, and stuff like that in Thailand. It's like a famous weekend market. Like if you go, the people also call it JJ Market. But it's a major tourist hotspot. So, and then I saw some of the pictures from Myanmar, from Burma, who's actually right now they're in civil war. So a lot of the media is suppressed. So you're not seeing it as much. And so some of the stuff it did get out, but they're not putting it out on like mainstream media so much. And they got way worse, man. Like, it was bad. Like I think a couple thousand people died at least.
A couple thousand.
Yeah. So and like we didn't hear about that, right? Because they don't have a lot of media coverage because of the Civil War stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot going on in the world, right?
And mine isn't meant to. We're not meant to
know everything.
Know about everything all at once, like with the.
But exactly with the phones.
It's like mainlined every day into our brains.
Mainline right into the dopamine receptor just all the time. You know, kind of going into that, you know, obviously music is a big part of your life. It filled a sense of purpose for you at that, like when you're younger. And I know it does kind of become like a job at some point, I'm sure, right? Or how do you feel like being a professional musician for this long?
I'm proud.
Yeah.
I'm proud. Like,
should be.
You know, you have kids relying on me. I have a wife that relies on me, so I have to take it seriously. It's not like I'm chasing a dream anymore. I believe in it still. I believe in music. I believe that it makes people happy. I believe that brings people together. That's my favorite thing about what I do, especially with everything going on right now. I take a lot of pride in the fact that I bring different people together that, you know, transcend any kind of politics or social whatever. It's I defend that with all my heart, the ability to do that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's 100%. Like I coming from the punk scene, seeing shows, music, and the kind of people that come together. Those not people you'd see in the same room all the time.
It's like the gym.
I didn't want to say it.
No, I'm sparring with a cop.
Yeah,
sparring with a gangster from Oxnard, sparring with an attorney, sparring with a mom,
sparring with a doctor. Yeah, the McDonald's worker. You get everybody.
Dude, that's what it's all about, and that's why I was like when I walked in. I told you earlier. Me and my wife walked into the gym. It was like, this place exists. Like, this place really? A place like this exists?
We can like go and it's not at a show, right?
Yeah,
it's like it's a similar vibe where you get everybody. And what's very funny about it is a lot of the people that are involved, like deeply involved in Muay Thai, you know, the fighter Janet Todd?
Yeah.
So her coach, Brian Popejoy, he actually, I'm surprised, I should have worn his shirt today. He has the Crimson Skull, the Misfits Crimson Skull. It says, I forget what it was. It was a reference to like Age of Violence, essentially. But it's very funny. It's a Misfits inspired shirt for him.
But is it like a Muay Thai?
Yeah, Muay Thai.
Oh,
yeah, but it's Muay Thai. Yeah. So, but the thing is, a lot of people are involved in Muay Thai for a long time. Actually, a lot of them were involved in punk music or like big fans of punk music and stuff like that.
It's the most punk martial art.
Maybe that's what it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's very alternative.
And nobody's getting paid. Like, there's not a lot of money in it. It's still kind of underground and fringy. It's dangerous. There's a danger element to it.
Yeah, and we were talking a bit about like the the underbelly of Muay Thai.
The weak out the weak of heart.
Yeah, well, and you mentioned something. You're like, man, Muay Thai didn't really have like that clean cut look to it, like for
like Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo or Judo or
Muay Thai was
karate.
Scary.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and what are these shorts? What does that say on there?
Yeah,
man, what's that? Smells like Tiger Bomb in here, right? What with a little bit of sweat or something like that.
And the music,
the Sarama,
the everything about it, like the ceremony of it, you know, the blessing the ring, the white crew, it's like black magic almost.
Well, it's funny that you say that because like the fighters, we were talking a bit about gambling, but if the fighters win big on like betting, it's normal. It's very customary for them to go tip the band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen any of my videos there. I always make sure to go up and thank
Wait,
the
they
band.
tip the band
if they win. If they win, they get their money and they go tip them.
The band don't get shit.
Well, because they don't get money, they don't have money. But the winner, if they win big, they'll go up and tip the band. Right, yeah, because and I'll go over there and say what's up to them. Because like, band? Yeah. So Coach Ralph's brother, Adrian, he was there. He's like, he came over. He's like, hey, do you think the band has any shirts? They got any killer merch? They got new demo tape up there. Because he's a hardcore guy too. I'm like, oh shit, like this is hilarious. So now like my whole thing when I'm there is they actually started making different intros for RWS, for Roger Dunn World Series. There's a band there and they do like a whole different intro. They totally modernized it in the past like 3-4 years. Yeah, it's like it's total different vibe. It's turned into a nightclub.
Really?
It's crazy.
Wait,
yeah.
The fight?
The stadium. So the fight itself, everything is catered around that. They still have the Sarama. They have this big dome on top of Roger Dunn Stadium. It's a 3D dome, and they'll do a projection for every like tourist like big show that they have there for like RWS, the Source of My. They'll play these videos on the screen up there, and then they'll have the band do an intro playing like the Sarama. They'll like rock out.
No, I'm gonna sound really ignorant right now.
Yeah,
but maybe you can help.
Yeah, I got you.
So the music, is it improvised? Are they playing along to the fight, or is it a song?
Okay, so there's a certain rhythm that they keep, right, for each round, right? So they start picking up the pace through the fight, and if the pace of the fight picks up, they'll pick up their tempo, so the BPM will go up.
So are they playing against each other? Like
they're playing with each other more, and it's almost like a song.
Right, there's like a root. Like
there is a root, right? So and it's always the same, but now they started changing a little bit. Like they'll do like an intro for like this big grand opening for the fight event, and it's funny because it's like it's different every time. I'm like, and the guys are jamming out, and they're having fun because they never got highlighted before. Yeah, it used to be the guys in the back in the corner, and so I would go up to them and take pictures with them and stuff. Because I was always like, this is dope. Like this is Muay Thai. They have the flute's called the Pai Chawa. It's like a Javanese flute. No, that's not this. This is the Thai can. So this is like organ, like a mouth organ. So similar to like a harmonica. This is from Isan. So it's actually handmade from Isan. You can order them. Believe it or not, there's one of the guys from Isan on eBay.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so they put like this stuff. It's called kisut. It's like this tar. So you do that to put different notes to play different different keys and everything like that too.
Cool.
So no, this isn't the instrument they're playing. But for me, I was like, I picked up this because like, hey, that'd be a cool instrument to learn how to play. I know a little bit. I'm not super fluent in it. I know more with the ukulele.
Yeah. No, it's witchy. There's something really like tribal and strange. It creates a strange atmosphere when that music comes on. And it was one of the things that drew me to like the whole strangeness of like this culture.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and to make it even more strange, and we were talking to my friends about this, is I think that song, that music, that's probably the most bloodshed ever to that music.
Yeah.
Maybe other than, Genghis Khan, what if they had war drums?
Think about what you said. Like music invokes people, like all the the hundreds of years of what music does to people. And what you just said, that music draws blood.
Straight up.
Something witchy about it, you know what I mean? And like you said about the tempo, and it like fluctuates with the tempo of the fight, and like it's intertwined with the action. Yeah.
Well, and this kind of goes into the Thai culture. So, you talked about, man, in the world of Muay Thai, my friend Joe Comerford was just on his podcast in Bangkok. He's one of the commentators for RWS. So his whole thing, he was talking about this because like they have the Sakyant, all these different things, these blessings that you see in Muay Thai. So a lot of it comes is like Buddhism and Brahmanism. So Brahmanism is like the belief that there's like a spirit in that, like in a tree, right? Like there's a person in there and everything's alive. And so when you say a witch, it's kind of like makes sense, because if that's the belief and what they're trying to keep away from the ring, it would make sense that they're playing this music and they're doing this dance before to keep all the bad spirits away.
I like that.
Right? Because there's a lot of superstition that goes into Muay Thai. And the Thais are very superstitious.
Yeah.
Like there's guys that like roll coins into the back into their Muay Thai shorts. Yeah, man. There's all Kunakweed, he has a scroll, like an actual like scroll that's put in like glass that was buried underneath his skin when he was like a teenager.
Wow.
It's true. He has a tattoo all over his body, but they didn't put any ink in it, but they tattooed it everywhere. And this is very normal.
That's so hard.
Yeah, this is very normal. Like, I didn't notice until he told me. I'm like, I thought it was just like
silent prayer.
Yeah, because they don't want to show it. They wanted to have the blessing, right, and the good luck that comes with it. These people, but they don't want to like not everybody needs to see it, kind of deal.
I love that.
Yeah, but this is like where it comes into like the fight as well, and like the way Muay Thai, how fighting is. There's no form, there's no kata. It's very direct, right? Kind of like punk music. It's not. It's very in your face.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all the frills have been shaved off.
Yes,
and it's just the root note.
Yep, and it's raw.
Yeah,
and it's just the root notes.
It reminds me of bullfighting too, Muay Thai, because the stance is squared, and you're not hiding. You're facing each other front,
and there's a lot of show.
There's a lot of show, and there's like a bravado about it.
Oh yeah,
like with the stance.
Yeah,
just two fighters squaring up against each other. There's no like takedown or I don't know. That's another thing that kind of appealed to me about it.
Yeah, the grappling. Don't get me wrong. I love grappling is beautiful in itself, but like from visually, like when you first see it, you don't know what the hell is going on, right? Like
Muay Thai.
Yeah, no, for like wrestling and grappling. Yeah. Muay Thai is very easy to watch it and be like, oh yeah, that guy just got elbowed in the face.
Yeah.
Or I didn't see what dropped that guy. What was it? Slow mo. Oh. He threw a hook. I didn't even see it so fast.
Right. But when two guys are wrestling on the ground, something can happen, and
you don't even see it. Yeah, and until all of a sudden the guy has a choke, right, or he has his knee or his ankle in some weird position. But
that's a good point.
Yeah, and it comes into like education. Like when it came into that, like when MMA was coming up, like they used to talk a lot. Like Eddie Bravo was in the earpiece for the commentators, telling them what was going on, so they could educate the audience on what was going on. So a lot of stuff that we're seeing now in Muay Thai is a lot about educating people, right? Like people are listening to this, they're going to learn a thing or two, right?
They're trying to pour it out onto the masses,
Yeah, get
scare everybody away.
Exactly, because there's a lot of benefits that come into training, right? You don't have to fight. You don't have to. You can be a fan of it. You can do it for your own personal development. Like you've seen the kids and stuff, man. Like their balance, coordination, the things that they pick up. Like any martial art is great. But martial arts specifically with the punching and kicking that go across the sagittal plane, so the left and right hemisphere of the brain, between the ages of, I think it's 2 and 8, if they do it for just 3 months, they're going to have more white brain matter for the span of their life. Because like after you turn like 40, it starts shrinking. And I guess they did a long-term research study that if kids do it for just 3 months, they're going to have even more white brain matter over the span of their life. So it's like supercharging their brain. Like,
wow.
Who wouldn't want that for a kid, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of those things that's so impactful about martial arts. And these, when you think about Muay Thai in Thailand for kids getting bashed in the head, we were talking about this. Like, yeah, that's not ideal, but for them, it's a means of living for them, right? Here in the West, we're privileged, and we tell this to the kids during our promotion stuff. Is like, hey, this is a reminder for you that you're privileged enough to train this for fun, for fitness, for self-defense, and that you don't have to do this to make money for mom and dad.
Cruz always makes it a point to remind us about that.
Yeah, because it's important to understand. It's like, hey, we're very privileged to be able to do this.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone through a lot of hell for that to be here for us to just show up when show up whenever we want at our convenience.
Exactly, and
that's what I love about Muay Thai.
Yeah, what?
The respect for the heritage, for the
culture, right?
Where it comes from and what people bled.
So what happens if that goes away? In your opinion, like if you're,
I don't want it to go away. I shouldn't say. My opinion means nothing.
Yeah, but still,
I think that like I hope Muay Thai doesn't get so big to where it loses those things, those that we talked about, that make it so special.
Yeah,
I hope it doesn't get Americanized where they don't do the white crew anymore and they don't wear the
they don't wear the Moncon. They don't wear the Prodigy. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't go away.
Yeah. And this is the reason I'm asking you this, because I talk about this quite a bit, and I've talked to a lot of people, and it's one of those things that like part of preserving the culture, like one championship got in big trouble for actually not having white crew or calling it Muay Thai. They had changed it to Global Rules Muay Thai for this reason. And it's very important to preserve it. I know that the Thai government is trying to do it to keep the preservation there, but they only have so much control outside of Thailand. Yeah, there's people doing it. There's people doing they're modifying the rules and doing 12 rounds like kickboxing style almost, and calling it Muay Thai. It's like that's not Muay Thai. Like you can call it whatever you want, but don't call it Muay Thai. Right? You can call it striking that includes Muay Thai in it, but you can't call that a Muay Thai fight. That is something else. It's whatever super fighting league. You can call it something else, but to call it, and it can have Muay Thai fighters in it, right? But that's that 3 or 5 rounder fights with the Serrano with the band, right? Clinching, right? And that's something they're discouraging more and more actually. It's like the gym we go to in Thailand, they started bringing a boxing trainer twice a week because one, smaller gloves, so the higher chance of knockout with a smaller glove, so you can get a knockout bonus at one. Also, they're breaking the clinch more, and they're more of a clinch heavy gym, so they wanted to start making sure they're working on that more because they're not able to use their weapon as much as they want to.
Foreign fighters are real box heavy, they got to. It's a strange time right now.
Oh yeah,
time of growth is
there's always evolution. And going back into the small gloves, you heard of Kodchuk, the rope fights?
Yeah, it's hemp rope.
It's a rope. So for that, it went from wearing that to wearing like the bigger boxing glove. Now we're going to MMA gloves. So it's kind of like going back to that. But honestly, I think the Kodchuk is actually safer because it's actually bigger. So it actually won't fit in your eye socket like an MMA glove.
And it looks really cool.
It does. It's very aesthetic, like when it comes into it. I've worked a couple of the fights before. We did them in Mexico. Like that was, I felt like I was in a movie.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But in the first time I saw somebody get hit, they broke their jaw. Like the first fight, like I heard a pop. I'm like, is this a good idea? Is this a good idea? I'm like, I guess we're going to find out. The rest of the fights were great. So it was just good punch.
Have you ever fought?
No, hell no. I wouldn't do that. No, you can't pay me enough. Maybe I would do it if I was 22.
I thought you were fearless.
If I was 22,
maybe, yeah.
Okay, and I was still kind of like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I probably would. Like when we're sitting here talking, yeah, I probably would have when I was like active, but like now, like if there's a chance now to fight, like I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, hell no.
Yeah.
All right. Because like,
how old were you when you first started Muay Thai?
18.
18.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, very grateful that I got started when I did. We were talking a bit before.
You're operating in a vacuum too.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about Muay Thai. Like,
there's very few people.
Do you think now Muay Thai is more popular than it's ever been?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Because things like One Championship, RWS, the availability, like the same thing about being able to mainline all that dopamine to your brain through like the cell phones and stuff and computers and tablets.
Yeah.
That same thing has allowed good things like Muay Thai to get more popularity, especially during COVID, during the shutdowns, because everybody was on their phone. And then MMA came on first, UFC, and then One Championship started doing the bubble stuff too.
Yeah.
And people started seeing Muay Thai, and it, like, when things open back up, a bunch of people start coming. Like I learned about Muay Thai during shutdowns, or I always wanted to do it. And then shutdowns happened. And I was worried I was never going to be able to do it again. And then I told myself as soon as things open up, I'm going and start training Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that was like, it made a break some people at that time. But so a lot of people started getting involved in it. And that's when Rajadamnern and Lumpini Stadium started changing too. Until 2021, women were not allowed to even touch the ring at Lumpini and Rajadamnern Stadium. Until 2021, I actually had the girl on the podcast that was one of the first girls to fight. Or her fight was the first ever fight at one of the major stadiums in Bangkok. Her name's Celeste Hansen from Australia. So she's fighting out of Fairtex right now. And that really kind of became like a pivotal shift. You know that picture of stamped Fairtex? They have it signed at the gym, yeah. So, I don't know if you know this, but if you look in the background on it, I want to make sure this is working. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So in the background on it, there was, it's all guys that she's standing in front of. So she's the first ever, like it's a period piece. Essentially, this is like with the new evolution of Muay Thai is that like, hey, the women, like industry for women is like, this is, I don't want to say Ronda Rousey for Muay Thai, because Ronda Rousey was kind of a shit example, but it kind of is. Like that was a period in MMA. There's the Gina Carano's and this stuff in MMA, and then it became mainstream when Ronda, all of a sudden all these girls knew who Ronda Rousey was, right? We had little kids coming to the gym. Like, I want to be here. I'm like, you really don't want to be here, but cool, right? Not to talk shit. If you're Ronda Rousey ever listens to this, it's just you know, when it comes into like role model stuff, right? They have the martial artist example, like Stamp Fairtex. You ever watched the documentary The Donor? Yes, that's fucking crazy, right? And she happens to be this amazing world champion. So to have that be like that model from Fairtex, and she's the first woman fighter they had from Fairtex, and she's the first champion. So it was kind of to have that picture where she's standing in front of all the guys. Is like that's a period piece like that. I paid a good amount of money for that because I'm a nerd for that shit. I'm like, I'm gonna invest in this art because I know it's gonna be it's a period in Muay Thai history.
Yeah,
and like we're talking about the evolution of the sport and all this stuff.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and that's what the story is behind that. Yeah, my friend Matt who took the picture, I told him like, man, you need to like record a video where you talk about the importance of this picture.
Yeah,
and give me a QR code I can just put up next to it and say scan to find out what this picture is.
Or just do a class.
Yeah,
for all the you know, that's what I love about the gym too. Is you guys have so much emphasis on the women.
Yeah,
you know, and training the women. And
do you know I had more women staff at one point than I did men?
Really?
Yeah, I had like at one point I think I had like 5 women coaches, and I think like 3 guys, including me, and all of them moved out of state,
right?
Except for one. One, she had a kid. She's still training, and I think a little bit, but yeah,
it's an awesome sisterhood.
Yeah, I think it's great for like empowerment, confidence.
Yeah,
it's a big thing.
Every woman should know how to throw a hook.
Yeah, or an elbow, man. Because I think a lot of the stuff that comes into is like when it comes into confrontation, is if you look like you would be easy picking, people go after you.
Yep.
I know that for me. How tall are you, Jason?
6'1".
You're 6'1". I'm 5'8". So believe me, if we like would go out to places, people are gonna pick on my ass.
No, yeah. I was telling this to Cruz too about you could see when a guy goes to does his first fight or second fight and he comes back, his aura is different.
Yeah,
you know, you got an aura. Like you could tell. Like I tried telling you that earlier. Like I said, you look or you act older than you are. But that's what I mean. It's like guys that have fought have like a thing about them. Like it's the way they walk. The way they hold their head up a little bit, it's different.
Yeah.
Same with women. When a woman knows how to handle herself.
Yeah. She realized like, hey, I could spar with the dudes at the gym.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
It's empowerment. It's true empowerment.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, it takes time too. And it's authentic.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where it's cool to see the art get to this place to have the accessibility to do this stuff. And to see that happen at the stadiums, like that was one of those things that was like, yeah, it's still kind of like that. It's like it's old school. All right. And they saw the opportunity, obviously, the money.
Yeah.
Right. That money opportunity. And wish it was like, we were all kind of like doing this for a while. Like, yeah, duh, come on. All right. But it finally came to the time because during COVID, there was something like 80% of the Muay Thai gyms in the country closed like and didn't reopen. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Right. And that's where some of these initiatives like Chatri was going around and giving money to these countryside gyms to try to keep that going. Because if that goes away, I think there's potential for a lot of like this culture in history of Muay Thai to go away. Because a lot of those, like the place that Kronakri was from, it was called Luke Prabun. Then it was later known as Luke Prabat. Luke Prabat gym was one of the longest running Muay Thai gyms in Thailand. They had, that's a couple hundred years of like knowledge there, right? A lot of generations that gets passed down through that gym, through the trainers in this region. They sold the land during COVID. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
All right. So where did it go? A couple of them went out different places. Some of them just went on and started doing other jobs, or they just started fucking off, becoming country workers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's why what you do is so important.
Well, you have to document it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't document it, is why I encourage anybody out there, never be ashamed to pull your camera and talk about what your coach is teaching you. Right? Never be ashamed to do it. Never be ashamed to talk about it, because it's one of those things that people might not know. Like when it comes into the white crew at Muay, there's different styles now. The style that my crew taught me is the style that you'd see back in like the black and white films. Right? So like no one does it. So like people ask me, I did like a white crew demonstration. Like, oh, I've never seen anybody do that before. I'm like, it's because the old style.
Right.
Right. So just like it goes with the glove we're talking about from the rope,
Yeah.
It's a big glove, it's a little glove. Probably gonna have some other evolution that's in there, and people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we forgot about that." Like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Where'd you learn that from?" And you see it. MMA has these cycles too. Funny enough, right? They have times where everybody's doing a leg kick, and then it goes away, and then all of a sudden leg kicks are in again. People are like, "Oh, what is this?"
Right.
It's just it's human nature.
It seems like MMA is not as anchored though in.
No, a lot of that can be missing, but there's some people that are involved in MMA that have that root,
Yeah.
right? And it's cool to see them.
Yeah.
go in
You're
there.
right. You're right.
Yeah, it's cool to see that. But no, the culture of it, like especially UFC, one championship, like their MMA, it's not as good.
Yeah.
Like the fights aren't as good. They could be kind of boring or lopsided.
Yeah, but it's the MMA in America is so sensationalized, and there's so much trash talk, and there's drama,
A lot of media,
and a lot of characters, like personalities, and it's very showy. It's what it has to be to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
People want here.
Well,
Vegas.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I think we're finding more and more with one championship, right? That the fight also matters, right? So if they're seeing these people, and that's why the small gloves stayed. The small glove thing in Muay Thai was kind of like a test. They didn't always do small glove Muay Thai. They did it, and people just really liked it. The fans liked it, so they kept it, right? And the fighters don't really like it that much. They like it because they can get a knockout bonus, but like a lot hurt hands and stuff, and they'll put them out for a while.
Guards compromised.
Yeah, it's different, right? And you just have to adapt. It's not so much like the guard stuff. It's just more. It's like the hand injuries. Yeah, the incidence of knockout much higher because of the striking.
Fuck up his wrist.
I don't know. I'm sure, man. That guy is guy's a tank. I'm sure he's still trained on it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when they're, if they're winning by knockout, their hands are fucked up, right? A lot of them are leaving the ambulance from it, and you don't hear a lot of people talk about it because of the culture of they don't want to make the promoter lose face because they're getting this opportunity. Why would they talk bad about that?
Yeah, it's such an interesting time right now.
Yeah,
can't really shine light on anything too negative because it's fledgling right now.
Yeah, we want to keep it going, right? Some foreigners, foreign fighters, they have nothing to lose. Like, fuck it, yeah, I'll talk about it, right? But let's be honest, the foreign fighters, it was Rod Tang had one of his fights. The guy, he was getting paid $350,000, and the other guy was getting paid $9,000. Talk about a disparity, but it's because one is Rod Tang and one is the guy who I'm sorry, I'm slipping my mind. Usually I remember names like this.
$9,000 guy.
Yeah. That's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
For somebody making over $250,000, the other guy's making $9,000. So that goes into marketing too, right? Marketing ideals, and Rod Tang's one
he's bringing in the tickets, selling the tickets.
Yeah, they're doing one championship in Denver.
Yeah, the last one was with Jonathan Haggerty was in Denver, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Where he got knocked out by Superlek.
I think so.
He was there for a month trying to get used to.
Trying to get. Oh, and then that shit. I remember that was tragic, man. Yeah. It was like, oh no, but it happens. That's the game that's played with all this stuff, man. It was we're at that tournament, and this guy, I was sitting in the ring, so I wasn't officiating this one, but I was there by the ring, and it was the last fight of the tournament. It was one of those nasty head kick knockouts where the guy's arms go up and is stiff. And the guy who knocked him out was freaking out. Hey man, it's okay. This is he'll be okay. He's getting up. I'm this is the game you play, man.
Yeah.
That's the reality of the sport. And that's kind of one of the things that's kind of cool about it though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I like to romanticize things, and I've always romanticized fighters. Even when I was a little kid, my dad used to always watch boxing. In the in the 80s, the golden age of the Tommy Hearns and Alfredo Duran, and there was a time, and I grew up and I think Muay Thai sobered that a lot. But I still romanticize just the whole thing about two guys getting into a ring together.
I mean, it's a lot of it's like I said, the stamp thing is a period piece. A lot of these fights are they're a period in the sport that you'll probably never see again.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Maybe this is the peak of Muay Thai. I don't think it is, but maybe it is. Right? Yeah. Maybe in 10 years, man, remember when they had that?
Be recognizable in 10 years. It'll be something completely,
Yeah, I hope not. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
You're doing your part.
Yeah. Well, going into it, man, how did you get into Muay Thai?
So you brought up COVID. me and my wife, it was our way of taking control, like rebelling, because we were not. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But I think we both needed to do something to like exert ourselves or assert ourselves, assert a sense of control
and autonomy
and economy. And we weren't good at sitting around hiding. And I don't mean.
Yeah, no. That's yourself. Yeah, your person.
We were just me and her have a lot of fight in us. I think we both realized that when you're told not to fight.
Yeah.
So whatever. We got in. She wanted to do. She's a big Van Damme. Help on Van Damme.
Yeah, so that's I showed you the guy with the kickboxer shorts, the blood sport shorts. It's been heel kicking the guy at knockout.
That was a great shot.
It's crazy, man.
We were day drinking one day, and she goes, "Fuck this! I want to do Muay Thai." And I was like,
"No shit!" Like just straight up like that.
Are you kidding me? Muay Thai? And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. And we just quit all that shit.
Hell yeah, Crystal.
Yeah, I followed her lead. I fell like just madly in love with her all over again when she said she wanted to do Muay Thai.
Yeah,
she knocked the guy out. When she was in a club once in Australia, and some famous rugby guy grabbed her ass and she knocked him out with a hook. So when I saw that hook in action, I was like, yeah, this is my kind. I like this,
When was this?
This was before she met me.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that she had that fight in her from them.
She's got fight in her,
Shit.
She got she got attacked by a homeless person in LA when we first started dating, like really bad.
Wow.
Like this person, a homeless woman, found her in a restaurant, just like fuck, like
decided she was gonna attack her.
Yeah. This person had been terrorizing the neighborhood for a while, and I think that really put like something in Cristala, like really like put the fight back in her. Like fuck, I'm not gonna let that happen again. Like
if that happens, I'm gonna handle it differently.
Took her really out by surprise because she was with 2 small kids.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So I think a lot of things happened to where Muay Thai, we needed something to empower, to take some kind of power back, to control, and it did it. I think it changed both our lives, and we argue about who gets to go to class because we got the little one.
Yeah.
But man, it changed our life. It gave us a sense of like community and something to work towards, and we watch fights together.
Yeah.
Like,
how cool is that?
Dude.
And there's tons of fights on that you can watch now.
There's so much stress in life that we deal with as a couple, but we always come together to watch fights. I hope she's watching this when she watches this.
Yeah.
I love you. And I love when we watch fights together. It's because she's into it, and she's the only one I know that's into Muay Thai. It's my wife, and we have our favorite fighters,
and she has a nasty hook.
Yeah, so I get emotional about it when somebody loses, and we talk about it, and it's so great.
Yeah,
we have our favorite coaches, and what'd you learn today? What did they teach you today?
Yeah,
so awesome.
Yeah, so let's talk about Cruz a little bit. So
Cruz, he's the heart and soul of that gym.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Cruz.
Yeah.
We love Cruz, and I love how he gets lost. He gets lost and he loses all track of time, and everyone's looking at their watch like, okay, he's
the last class of the day, right? Yeah.
Well, we love it because he's so like his love for Muay Thai, and he's a character. He's a beautiful. I love Eloise. I love them, the dynamic of those two. If anything, I came on this podcast to tell you how amazing the coaches are at the gym. Every one of them has something to offer. Every one of them has a different approach, and you have something really special right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I know how precious it is, and how volatile it can be, juggling people in the business and stuff.
It is what it is.
But
right?
What you have at the Ventura, I can't say about the Santa Barbara. But my gym.
Yeah.
Our gym, it's fucking special.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the Santa Barbara people got their thing going too, for sure. So I know you didn't.
I've never trained.
No.
And I'm glad they,
But I'm glad you say that, because it's one of those things that like me and Ed, we've been in martial arts. He's been in it since he was a kid, right? And we tell this to the team all the time, like this is like one of the best teams that like either of us have ever like been a part of. Right. And we've worked for a lot of different people. So like to say that, it means a lot. It's not coming from, this like young mindset, like, hey, this is the best ever. It's like, no, it's like actually legitimately, we have like one of the best, like that, like not just diverse and like mature, everybody that just loves Muay Thai. right? We all want to see it grow. We're fueled by the same purpose of having like this positive impact on our community, growing Muay Thai, and just, making beautiful Muay Thai for people, man. We want people to train better themselves and have a good experience with it, because that's the stuff that you're gonna remember, like when you're older, if you move away or if you end up training with us. Like Wolfgang's been training with us for 15 years.
Yeah, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Dude.
Not 15 years. No, sorry. It's 11 years now.
Yeah, he's got this strength about him.
Dude, he's freaking solid, man.
He's solid shit.
Yeah.
And he can ring your bell, man.
Do you know he's a race car driver?
No.
He races rally cars, man.
Rally cars?
Rally cars. Yeah. Well, I think, he's like 57, 58, maybe a little bit older now.
He's a little bit older.
Yeah, I think he's maybe got into his 60s. Sorry, Wolfgang, if I lose track of time. But yeah, he's racing. He raced last weekend.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, man. He flipped his car one time, and his rally car. He showed me the in-car footage and the out-car. It was gnarly.
He's so quiet. He was at the last event in the corner by himself. Just
want to come support.
Yeah, he never talks about. Oh man.
So when you see him next time, like, hey man, I heard you race cars.
Rally car racing is gnarly.
Yeah,
it's the Muay Thai of car racing.
Yes, yeah. It's like these guys don't make money and they dump a bunch of money into it because they love it.
Yeah. It's insane. Oh my God.
Yeah. So again, diverse group of people.
Yeah.
The guy used to be a scientist, right? So it's just funny to see. We got quite the motley crew of people at the academy.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah. So no, stoked for you to come in here, man. If anybody wants to follow, obviously, how do people find your band, and how do people find you if they ever want to reach out to you?
I'm at the gym. Come to the gym.
Yeah.
Beat me up.
Yeah. Your gym has Instagram. You have Instagram?
I got Instagram, and my band's Strung Out, and I, whatever. I do my thing.
I'll put it down in the show notes for anybody.
Whatever. I'm just glad to be here, and I wanted to tell you that what you're doing with the events in Ventura, what you're doing is really important. I know it's a lot of work, and
I love it.
Me and Cristala both love you, and we love the gym very much. And like I said, what you're doing is you're taking something really beautiful and you're presenting it in a way that's like really appealing and true.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
We're stoked that you're a part of it. I mean, you talk about the events. You competed against one of the Santa Barbara students at the Eat Sleep Teep. It was the first one, right?
Yeah, I want a retry.
You want? So he tore. So he competed against Nathan. He tore his bicep. Jason, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me, crew.
Of course, man. It was a pleasure to have you guys at the academy. You and your wife. Good luck with the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're welcome back.
Have you ever had a student on before?
Yeah, I have actually.
Cool.
Yeah, a couple of times. So, but this is the first time in a long time. Because I always want to have more students on, like via Zoom or stuff like that too. So for any of the Pu'u Muay Thai students out there that might be listening, reach out. Let me know. Because for me, I was doing a thing for a while where I would just take a mic and I would just be like, why do you like Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's got a story. All the students have their story.
Yeah. Because it's just a diverse group.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. But thanks, man. Thanks for coming in.
I appreciate you.
All right. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast. If you enjoy the content, go leave a review over on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Give us a rating. It means the world to us. Also, if you want to be a guest on the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast, or if you just want to shout out to your friend, go check us out at podcast.puumuaythai.com. You can submit to be able to be a guest on the podcast. You can submit what you want to talk about. Also, if you want to just give a shout out, there's a button for that too. So what do you cop?